This is Optimal Health Daily, episode 1805. How long should a full body workout be? And slow reps versus fast reps for muscle growth. Which is better? Both by Finn of MuscleEvo.net. And I'm Dr. Neil, your host and narrator. Hey there, welcome to another Saturday edition of Optimal Health Daily. Remember, this is just one of a bunch of podcasts where we read to you from blogs for free. So you don't have to read them yourself. Except on Fridays. That's where I answer your questions. Now to check out our other shows, just search for Optimal Living Daily wherever you're hearing this. Now today, I have 2 posts for you, and I usually do that when the posts are a bit on the shorter side. So let's get right to both of them and start optimizing your life. How long should a full body workout be? By Finn of MuscleEvo.net. There are no hard and fast rules about how long a full body workout should be. On average, it's probably going to take somewhere between 30 minutes and 2 hours. It all depends on how often you're training, what your goals are, and the amount of volume your muscles need to grow. How often are you training? Most people using full body workouts for the purposes of building muscle are lifting weights 2 to 3 days a week. In this case, an effective workout will last somewhere between 45 minutes and 2 hours. However, if you're training more often, say 4 to 5 days a week, you can spread the same amount of work across more training sessions. As a result, each workout won't last as long. For example, let's say that you're lifting weights twice a week, with each workout lasting a total of 1 hour, making for a total of 2 hours of training each week. But if you were to add an extra couple of workouts so that you're training 4 days a week, the length of each session can be reduced. The same amount of work is now being spread across 4 workouts rather than 2, making each workout shorter. How quickly do you want to gain muscle? Perhaps you're trying to gain as much muscle as you can as quickly as possible, and you're willing to do whatever it takes to carve out the time necessary to achieve that goal. If so, a full body workout might last anywhere between 1 to 2 hours. On the flip side, putting on muscle might be one of several goals you're working on at the moment. Spending 1 to 2 hours in the gym isn't something you have the time for, and you're willing to accept the fact that building the muscle you want is going to happen more slowly. What type of training are you doing? 2 people might do the same total number of sets, but one uses supersets while the other doesn't. All other things being equal, the use of supersets will make for shorter workouts, even though the muscle building stimulus generated by both training sessions will be roughly identical. How many sets do your muscles need to grow? Beginners tend to respond very quickly to even a small amount of resistance training and don't require as many sets to make their muscles grow. Because of that, they can get away with shorter workouts. But as the weeks and months go by, your body adapts and the gains will slow down. To continue making progress, you'll need more work. That work will typically come in the form of more sets, which in turn will make for longer workouts or a shift to some kind of split routine. People are also different in the sense that one person might require more sets than another to stimulate the same level of hypertrophy. As a result, they'll need to spend more time in the gym. To sum up, there's no single correct amount of time that a full body workout should last. There are so many factors to consider, from training frequency to the amount of stimulation your muscles need to grow, that it's impossible to say exactly how long a full body workout should last. On average, it's going to be somewhere between 30 minutes and 2 hours. For the majority of people, that will be enough to get the job done. Slow reps versus fast reps for muscle growth. Which is better? By Finn of MuscleEvo.net. If you want to build muscle, should your reps be slow or fast? What's going to give you the best results? Here's a quick summary of the latest research on rep speed and muscle growth. A study from a team of Brazilian scientists compared 2 different rep speeds, 2 seconds per rep and 6 seconds per rep. Subjects taking part in the study trained each leg twice a week, doing 3 to 4 sets on the leg extension machine, with each set separated by 3 minutes of rest. With leg extensions, you normally work both legs together, but in this study, the men trained one leg at a time, which meant that each leg could be trained using different rep speeds. All sets were taken to failure, where the subjects were unable to complete another rep through a full range of motion. The amount of weight lifted, number of sets, as well as the amount of rest taken between each set, was identical. So, what happened? Who gained the most muscle? After 14 weeks of training, ultrasound scans showed no significant difference in muscle growth between the two legs. Irrespective of rep speed, the rectus femoris and vastus lateralis, two of the muscles that make up the quads, grew at much the same rate. One of the main limitations of this study is the fact it was done on untrained beginners who tend to grow no matter what they do. So would trained participants respond in the same way? A follow-up study published in the Journal of Strength and Conditioning Research, done with trained versus untrained subjects, also shows no advantage to slower rep speeds. This time, a group of men who'd been lifting weights for at least 3 years and were able to squat an average of double their body weight took part in the study. The study was set up in much the same way. Participants trained one leg with a fast rep speed, taking 1 second to lift and lower the weight. The other leg was trained with a slower tempo, 1 second to lift the weight and 3 seconds to lower it. The men did sets of 8 to 10 reps in weeks 1 to 4, with a fourth set added in weeks 5 to 8. A 2-minute and 3-minute rest interval was allowed between sets and each leg, respectively. To ensure that differences in training volume didn't skew the results, volume load, or sets times reps times weight, was equated between legs. After 8 weeks of training, there were no significant differences in muscle growth, whether the reps were done using a fast or slow speed. Much like the findings in untrained subjects, slower reps had no benefits for hypertrophy. Most other research on the subject shows that intentionally slow training speeds failed to deliver superior gains in muscle mass compared to regular training speeds. While slowing down your reps may make your workout feel harder, it's unlikely to help you build muscle any faster. You just listened to the post titled, "How Long Should a Full Body Workout Be?" and "Slow Reps versus Fast Reps for Muscle Growth. Which is Better?" both by Christian Finn of MuscleEvo.net. Dr. Neal here for my commentary. A few weeks ago, I read a post from Dr. Jenny Brockes where she discussed the power of slowing down our repetitions when we're weightlifting. So, on the surface, it sounds like we have some contradictory information here. In the second post I read today, the author, Christian, said that slower reps may not help you build muscle any faster. But here's the difference. In Dr. Brockes' article, she talked about how slowing down your repetitions can actually help prevent dementia. She wasn't talking about muscle growth. What scientists are finding is that by slowing down your repetitions, you have to spend more time focusing on what you're doing. You have to think about the movements you're performing. And this extra attention and focus may help make the brain perform better as we age. So, again, the information wasn't contradictory. Instead, they addressed two different health effects. All right, that'll do it for today. Thank you so much for listening. Thank you for being a subscriber of the show. I hope you have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you back here tomorrow as usual, where your optimal life awaits.